for a minute. Yeah. I think we all are.
Because it's done. I'm over it.
We're all over it. It's all over it. So hold on. Is that working? Is that working? I think I'm live. Can someone confirm I'm... Oh, yes, I am live. Welcome to Vlog Thursday. It has been exhausting. I don't have a lot of time. Everything's going well. And I'm very sorry if you're among the people, because I've been out of my office, that I didn't immediately reply to. I've replied to about 25 more emails in between. I've been out of the office a lot lately. And I titled this The Personal Side of Business because there's a few personal things that happened. And I'm a very full disclosure, share it all with people. And so I had to give one of my staff a few days off, and I'm going to get this link for you guys and share it. It's just unfortunate, and I'm just laying it all on the table. Corey, who you've seen in some of the videos, his father passed very suddenly. He went from diagnosed with cancer, and he died 2 weeks after diagnosis. So, I'm not, I feel terrible for him. I gave Corey some days off, and I'm taking care of him. I've been on site doing jobs, so that's what I said. This is some of the personal side. When you run a small business and you only have a handful of people, and this was a pretty big project Corey was central to, but still, you take care of it and things like that. And the last thing I'm going to say about it is I'm going to post a link in the description, and I'm going to throw it in the chat here for the GoFundMe. Their funeral expenses, because Corey's dad died unexpectedly, they didn't have all the money, but it's just something that happened. Get it out there. That way if people ask or whatever. So I'm just going to drop that link in there. If you guys can donate, awesome. It's just going to the funeral costs. It's funeral company is a client. I actually got a deal, as weird as that sounds. But we did that. We have, so I'm just going to throw it out there. If you can, awesome. It's going right to Corey. I set it up on his behalf. He's dealing with a lot because this is that. So he's got a few days off. He'll be back on his feet. I mean, these things happen. Cancer sucks. Screw cancer. Go donate to cancer foundations and things like that. So that's all said and done. I just want to get it out of the way because I've had a lot of friends ask me about it, because Corey is a very social person. So there's going to be a lot of people there. And I take care of all my staff like this. If they need anything, I always take care of them. I'm always there for them. So it's a little tough. Corey's dad was a good guy. Anyways, so thank you. I see some kind words in here. So absolutely. So thank you. And I'm going to catch up on the stuff here. Good evening from Scott. Awesome from Scotland. This is going to be a short vlog, so I'm going to run through things really quick. Yeah, someone lost their programmer that way. Yeah. Thank you. Like I said, thank you for all the kind words. Anyways, back to... this is one thing. We can't stop the job. We had delivery dates. I have had to work. I worked 23 hours nonstop the other day. We've been working to deliver some projects for a client. There's due dates. It's a big, massive wiring job. The job has been very tough. I've been out there nonstop. I've been working my job here, but that's also if any of you have an email that's not replied to, and I know there's only a couple of them, mostly because I don't understand what you want, and I kind of said it that way. Someone wants me to sort out all their AWS, and if you're watching... I'm going to. You have a really long list, so I will get that phone call later. Anyways, back to the reality of everything else. So business is going really well. I'm going to have some debriefs on this. I am the How They Got Hacked show should be available tomorrow because we delivered project today. We worked all till 4 in the morning. I'm exhausted. My crew is out there. Well, I wasn't out there personally this last time, but I coordinated. We partnered with another company. We have some really good things coming. We're going to be doing some more things with a whole other IT company that I'm excited about. It's some MSP project that we are going to be working the back end for other smaller IT companies and being the back end MSP, and then working on some other projects with these other companies. That's one of the reasons I have not had time to produce as many videos lately, is making all these things happen. And one of the other things I had mentioned before in the how do we get clients, one of the things about that was the business relationships. Well, that has turned into something that is all under NDA because of my consulting that I do. And it's another aspect of my job that it's not that I hate being vague about anything, so I don't talk about it much, but I do some higher end consulting work. I've met some of the people through YouTube, but I've met some other people locally through businesses, and I'm contracted by other IT companies to do this. Therefore, it's not something I can just throw all out there for that. So I don't want to be too vague, but I'm just being as honest and open as possible about how we do things. So anyways, That's going really well, but unfortunately, it's required my presence in a office and designing and doing things and architecting of solution that maybe for a company that has about 10,000 employees. That will be affected by these design changes. So it's a great consulting gig, but it's also very time consuming to do some higher level planning like that. But the results, not the company name, but the results, if all this works out, I'll be putting some videos out about some of the products that we're used and talking about how they were implemented. So it's going to be really cool. That's definitely something I'm going to be talking about, is some of the network design that went into it. And it's, when you deal with the scale, it's not just me. I am a piece of a larger puzzle of some of this and bringing some open source in there. That's really I'm acting as an outside consultant to look at some open source solutions that can be in there. So, that open source solutions that I'm going to be implementing, so it's going to be really cool. And I can talk about whatever products we decided and how they're going to be stood up and integrated into them, even though I can't name any client names. The important part is not the client name. It's more important about the solution and things like that. And we're going to be looking at Zabbix, Security Onion, and some related stuff. So it's going to be really cool. And I'm going to have more videos related to this because I'm working with another consulting company to help put this together at a very professional level. I've set up Security Onion. I have it running for part of the demo, but I'm not the professional that makes it happen at the next level. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm real excited about doing those. Other exciting news that I think, and this is, I'm going to go through some of the planning on this. We are hoping, crossing our fingers, that we may build a bigger studio. That's exciting. And we need a dedicated studio because I cropped and moved the camera because there's all kinds of paperwork over here for a project that's going on, because this is the studio as you know it for videos, but this is also the conference room where everything happens. So just on the edge of here is drawings and org chart stuff and just a big project that's being worked on in my office for another client. It's nothing really secretive. It's just busy work. And so we want a dedicated studio because it also becomes a pain. I want to review a product. I'm like, I can't. Everything's in the way, or I have to move everything again. I got to have them move this tomorrow. And yeah, those always become fun things to do. So those are a couple things going on with the business. Like I said, if we can get another studio built by moving it on over, so it's in the same building. There's another empty suite we may lease out just to dedicate to that. That'll be exciting, as I want to make more videos, and I'm looking at. We'll have to expand the staff a little because I'm trying to replace parts of things that I do so I can free myself up. I've kind of decided, I love the network engineering. I'm going to continue doing it, but I also want to do more videos. My goal is to try to consistently get at least 3 good networking or engineering type videos, or a product video, a good one, where I put a little more time into it, knocked out every week. And I'm hoping to get a few more other on-site videos. They're tricky. I've asked permission. Hi, Ken, if you're watching. Ken's got to get back with me. He is an IT person for a company that we did some work for. And I've talked about this really repeated because everyone's like, do some on-site videos. And I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely. On-site videos are great. But you have to get approval from the client. You can't just wander around medical facilities, other places that have lots of information and won't let you talk about the equipment they have because they just prefer not to. And I understand that. I always respect the clients because without them, I don't have money to make videos and things like that. I mean, I make a few bucks from YouTube. I make a lot more from installing and doing commercial work. So I do want to share a whole lot more videos on site with you. But that, like I said, there's always the challenge, and I'm waiting permission as we speak on one of the projects that we did, the large unified, the bowling alley, like I shared that one. And I think I got to do a follow-up because there's always people who wanted some technical details. Someone's like, it's not technical enough. I'm like, it's an overview. It's a 10-minute video. But I'm going to do those. They're on my queued up because I started drawing the maps of network design and how you think about network design and segmentation. Excited to get those knocked out really soon. I ain't doing an apology like I haven't done something. It's not like I'm not working, but at least I want to share with you and those of you that follow my channel. It's full steam ahead. It's one of those things. It's one of those, as they say, a good problem to have. And the good problem to have is lots of people said yes. Lots of projects happened all at the same time. We are real excited about that. So that's really awesome. That is, it's a good problem to have. So that's all I can say. So making money on all that's going good. Yeah, clearly not paying that California rent. Vince, you're not. I'm not paying a California rent, but I'm also not making a California money. You guys bill a lot higher out there. I know that. So, yeah. But I got about I got to wrap it up here, as I have to leave here in about 4 minutes. I'm gonna, like I said, I think tomorrow we can do the how they got hacked. We delivered the project. I got to really hammer down and do the billing and things like that. So that's going to be billing out large projects can be very challenging as well. So I got to get all the detail work done on the project and finish all that, the wrap up and everything else, so I can do the Friday. I also am going to issue, I thought about something and I realized someone pointed out, and I liked their comment. They were right on the How They Got Hacked series. I made a mistake when I said something. Mistakes matter, so I will be correcting those, because I think that's an important part. If we get something wrong or we misspeak, whatever, details matter. Even though it's a small things like, hey, I said steel, not aluminum. They're an aluminum manufacturer on the part that got hacked. But we also want to do some deeper dives. We're trying to figure out how to put the show together, so we're going to do the studio show, but we want to follow up too, and either Xavier or one of the other people do a solo video where it's, edited, of how they follow through on a hack, like how they defend against something or how they target something. I want to work with them and kind of do some walkthroughs with you on some of the hacks. It's not going to be like the studio How They Got Hacked series, but it's going to be kind of like hey, these are the tool sets we use. This is how this particular thing did, and we walk through it like in a tutorial style way. So we've been brainstorming. We're having a lot of fun with this also, and I'm not sure which one of you showed up to DC313, but thank you, because I couldn't make it because I was on that job site last night. But the DC313, the hacker meetup, that's going well, and we had someone who found us from mentioning it on the show, and I'm thrilled. So hopefully more people will show up. We really love this hacker groups, and if you feel inspired to start a hacker group local to you, do it. That's the best thing I can tell you. Just get some people together, throw it out on a meetup, and say, hey, who wants to get together and talk about InfoSec or cybersecurity? And that's all we're doing there at the DC313. You get a bunch of people that are like-minded in the same room doing this. It's exciting. We have a lot of fun. We talk about we're geeking out on this hacking stuff, and it's a group of people, and I'm excited every time I see more people showing up to that, more people getting interested in it. So, and I know more people are following this. I mean, cybersecurity is huge. I seen another Cisco vulnerability got dropped today on those Cisco RV. I think it's the RV320. Don't quote me on that. It's not in front of me, but we know there's just so many topics every week to talk about. It's not finding the topics. It's really walking through which ones we think are valid, because there's so many of them, and we're trying to not cover whatever was in the general news unless we have a different perspective, a different angle, or a different take on it. I did my video on the Asus. That's really interesting, and that got me thinking. I'm going to do. We did. I'm actually going to cover one of the jobs we did recently with a site-to-site wireless. Hi, if you're watching, Jeremy. For a town, city. But he had a really good point. He kind of wanted some getting started with Linux videos, and I think I can probably do a couple. But it also pivoted the Windows versus Linux security debate, because I don't have the opinion of automatically Linux is better. I have the opinion of how you do things better. So it's a process video of how you do trust, how you deal with chains of trust, and that is important because that's the problem with Asus. Asus is within the chain of trust, and that's part of how this hack happened, and I want to talk about how it does or doesn't happen inside of Linux, and it's a very different environment, and it works different for server environments that use Linux or use Windows. Same thing, chains of trust, how those work, and the security around it. I thought that might be an interesting topic to kind of do a dive in, so you understand how package management works on both platforms, and then how third-party software, and actually in why Microsoft, not because of just an architectural standpoint, but from how they have to do for compatibility, why Microsoft has some of the challenges they have. Like it's a problem because the problem was baked in by having a legacy operating system that's so old where people can load software third party. So that's I'm going to dig into some of that. It's going to be kind of fun. I'm internationally famous. Ever see FreeNAS from console start filling the screen with read CBD? Yes, I've seen that happen when it can't understand the controller. We actually have one that does it, that it's never had a problem. It's done it since day one because there's an error in the controller. It dumps an error, but it works. If you Google it, you can find out some controllers seem to do that. It's like there's some compatibility and it doesn't know what to do with something that's getting kicked out, but it doesn't seem to affect data integrity or problems with the drive. But Sorry I couldn't do a really long vlog Thursday. Thank you for everyone here. If you, I'm adding a description, like I said, for the GoFundMe for Corey. If anyone has a couple dollars you can throw at it, that would be greatly appreciated. If you don't have money, keep it. Keep what money you have. Let me drop this in. I think it goes in here. GoFundMe for Corey, and well, it's for Corey. It's for his family. It's for the Mathis family. So. All right, but I got to get back to the things I do, and then I'm going to be out of here. All right, thanks. More videos coming because I'm finally, that big curve is over, and I can start rocking out some other stuff. Thanks again, everyone. Love ya, and I'm out. As soon as I figure out where the stop button is. Oh, it's over there. Hold on. I got remote control of the computer that controls it from this computer here, my laptop. I got a new PF Sense sticker if any of the PF Sense people are watching. It's right there. All right. Thank you for the stickers, by the way. Oh, 45 Drives, thanks for the shirts. I'm not wearing one today, though. I forgot. I got it dirty. I like it, though. And where's the stop button?